welcome. Happy Saturday. I'm happy that you guys are here. Are you here yet? Are you just coming in? Did you just sit back? Did you just start to relax? Did you just hit that share button? I'm so happy that you guys are here with me. We have something, I want to say, the elephant in the room to talk about today. Like, you know how it's that elephant that people just don't want to talk about? Well, we are going to speak about that today. What are we talking about? We are talking about misery. We're talking about the misery party. We're talking about how misery loves company. But wait, there's more. We're talking about those cliques. You know those cliques that people get into? Normally in high school, they were called the mean girls, and everybody just wanted to be a part of it. Maybe it was the cheerleaders that hung together, or, the popular kids that hung together, or, just the homeboys that hung together. And if you were not part of that, you were looked at and treated differently. Well, guess what, guys? Even as adults, it's still here. So sit back, relax. We're going to have a wonderful time. Our experience starts now.
And now, a word from our proud sponsors. Weekend Radio Structure of the UK International Radio. Proud sponsors Sean Tonk of the UK England. Tri-City's finest King of the Oldies, Ali Hackett, the Prince of Lovely, and DJ Wells. The international radio station that makes you turn your radio up.
Hey mama, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Happy Saturday.
Eh, yes, it's the kickoff to the 4th of July and the fireworks. Woo woo!
Listen, I not the fireworks that the people purchase, that they be lighting since May. Not those fireworks, but the fireworks that you actually go and sit down at Penn's Landing or at the Camden waterfront or in Atlantic City or wherever you go, and they have an actual show and it's put
Mhm.
together and the colors are vibrant and the noise is going. That's what I love. Those
I
fireworks.
love it. I love it. But you know what? I love being under the fireworks too because it's a celebration.
Mhm.
And I like the celebration of the fact that sometimes you're with your loved ones and
Mhm.
you get to celebrate it together with your loved one holding you tight, you holding your loved one together tight, and you're celebrating the moment together, or you're celebrating the moment with your family, you're highlighting memories of, remember when we went to the boardwalk and they had the fireworks and we were all there and jumping around, you
Yeah.
know, or you have that moment of freedom or that moment of peace when you watch by yourself and the fireworks fall over you and it's like you get that release of another milestone I just made. It's just like I have so many emotions and things that goes with me through me when I think about fireworks.
I remember I love fireworks. Now let's not get it wrong. The step up daddy used to get those fireworks from them stands, and it was awesome. He put on a show on a whole block. Okay.
Yeah.
So the entire block knew that my step up dad had like, and we used to go every year. We used to go south, so we used to go to Myrtle Beach every year, and every year he would bring back boxes and boxes of fireworks and just give them to the kids. You know, the things that they hold, the fizz, and you
Yep.
around like this, girl. It was okay, but I love the fireworks too. They're just so pretty. I love when they have the music attached to it, and as the music is going, the fireworks is actually mimicking the tones of the music. I love that so much. I love that. And just remembering the look on my daughter's face, as the
Yeah.
fireworks go, you're like,
Yeah.
and even as
Yeah.
well, we still have that. I know I
Yeah.
I still have that because I love it. I think that is absolutely awesome. So yes, big up to the fireworks, not the ones that you buy on make buy two get five free, not those.
You
Not
know, I have two, really I have three memorable, really I have a lot of memorable ones, but the ones that I really, really, really like was when we were younger in Philadelphia. We all know that it was the art museum.
yes,
So it was always hard to get on the parkway so
always.
that you could see it. But there were different places in Philadelphia that you could guarantee to go, and where you were, you felt it as if you all were at the same place at the same time.
Mhm.
And I remember one year we drove up by the Mantua Bridge
I was
right above.
the Mantua Bridge. You can see it. The zoo. You
Yes.
can, you can see Walmart's parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So there is.
And I remember we sat in the middle of Fairmount Park and we sat on the car
Mhm.
window shield. And it was in between the trees and it was a whole show. And it was like, and we had the music playing through the car. So it was like you can hear the music. We was there and then you can literally hear the fireworks. And
That's it. It's the noise for me.
yes. And I remember this one time I was so excited for the fireworks. And a spider came and sat beside me. Well, honey, they would have thought I was a firework. Wait,
No, 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 no.
but the ultimate,
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
honey, the spider came and sat beside me and I lost it. And if anybody know about me, I have a phobia about spiders. And it's all arachnophobia's movies' fault.
Mm.
But that's a whole nother segment. But anyway, but my most ultimate of ultimates of ultimates was when my uncle, we went down south and
Mhm.
my uncle Tony put on a fireworks show for us in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And my uncle Tony is an artist, and he had it all set up on the wires. Like he had a whole demonstration set up. He had pole sticks stuck in and everything, and we
Mhm.
was like, "What is he doing?"
Wow.
And then he had these long braids, and he had the music playing,
Oh,
and
girl,
he
listen, I thought you was going to say that Uncle Tony braids got court.
no, it wasn't a Michael Jackson situation with Pepsi commercial. It didn't
I
go down like that.
I
No,
was getting ready to say Uncle Tony braids
no,
got
no. It didn't go down like that. And I would not tell that story on national
you
because
would have
he'd be
got
like, you went on TV or YouTube or wherever you at and told that story of
yes,
all stories.
yes, Uncle Tony. Yes.
No, I didn't tell that story, Uncle Tony. But what he did do was he lit up one, and it
Okay.
was the sparkles that went up, and the ones that you spoke of, the ones that glistened, and
Hmm.
he was lighting them at different times. And as he was doing it, it was like he was dancing in the middle of the fireworks, and the fireworks was dancing with him, and his hair was blowing as he was running through the field and doing it, and the noise. It was like awesome, and that was like the best of the best of the best is McCoy fireworks shows we have ever had. And I think that actually was the last one that I actually experienced. It was safe. We was away. He was safe. And it was just phenomenal. And it was like, wow. If you ever seen the movie Blank Check by Disney, and they was playing around in the water, and it was going different ways in the water, and it was running around trying to catch the water, that's how he looked in the field playing with the fireworks.
Oh, that is so
It
awesome.
was awesome. And I think that's when I really, really, really fell in love with fireworks because of that demonstration.
I think my love for fireworks, I used to live in North Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live right off of 16th and Brown. So that's not too far from the art museum. That's not, and we will walk to Spring Garden Street, to Race Street, to Vine, and just look over, and you will be able to see those. So I just remember, like, as a family,
Yes.
all going down there and just seeing it. It was just absolutely awesome. And then coming back, like walking back, the walk back is always the best,
Yes.
right? It's never
Yes.
going, because when you're going, you're trying to get there. But the walk back and just laughing, like, I am the baby of six on my mother's side. So seeing that and all of us together and just having a great time, and then Step Up Dad doing his thing, it was just awesome. So I had a great time with fireworks. I'm trying to remember, how did the fireworks chase me? Remember how
What?
I'm trying to remember, because I don't want to tell the story wrong. But remember the poppers?
Wait,
Mhm.
y'all already know what was going to happen, right? Y'all already know what's going to happen, right? It wasn't a flag on the field, but it was a firework on the field, y'all, and it chased Val. Are you kidding me?
Literally, because remember when they used to listen? Remember when they used to put them in there? You stick them inside of the Pepsi bottle. Remember
Yeah.
we used the glass Pepsi bottles back in the day, right? So it was, listen, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if I kicked it, but but instead of it going straight up, it kind of like went like this, and I was
Oh
all
no.
telling, and it went like splattered across the street. It was just absolute. That thing was
Oh no.
screaming my behind off.
Oh no.
It was horrible.
You know what I feel like right now?
Right.
Our TikTok when I was like, oh no, poor Joe.
It was crazy. I was
Oh,
so,
how old were you?
young. I just remember being so scared, and
Oh my God, I can imagine so.
I remember my step up dad laughing at me, and I remember my mom just looking like, "You so stupid."
Oh.
Look, her face was just like, "Go sit on the step." And I just remember her saying, "Go sit down. That's it. Your fun is over. That is it. Go sit down." And that's it. That's all. But it chased, well,
Oh God, that's
I,
a shame. That's a shame.
it
That's a shame. But I think we all have the firework moment.
I do believe everybody had
I
those.
think we do. I can't really right now, but I guarantee you, I had one or two, maybe 20 to 30. I just can't remember right offhand.
Yes, it was
But I
wild.
do remember the fireworks being put in a bottle and
Mhm,
just spinning out of control.
mhm.
But that was the fun part about it. But it became scary when it came to
Oh, it's
you.
fun when it's going every other which way. But when you see that sucker when you see that
Honey,
bottle in slow motion,
don't it go slow? What is it all of a sudden about time just slowing down when those type of moments happen? And it's
and
like you can't move. You
you
can't move fast enough to get away from it because it's like you.
It goes down in slow motion, but then that thing shoot out.
Oh my God.
Off to the races. And remember the
Wow.
poppers you threw on the ground and it went pop, 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 pop. Remember, my step up father used to throw those at me. God bless you.
Wow.
And at my feet, and then you're jumping all over the place,
Yes.
throwing them, and it's like,
Yes. Yes. Can y'all see Val doing hopscotch with the fireworks, y'all?
just
Look, we gonna take her off the grill. Can we take her off the grill right now? Because right now she roasting herself on this 4th of July grill.
no, it's
It
like,
ain't. So look, we're gonna take her off the grill. We're gonna bring her from memory lane, and we gonna just pull her in, and we're gonna let her fade away and come back to what makes her happy, and that's to welcome our people coming in. So I'm going.
okay.
I'm gonna take you off the grill, but you're still in the front. But you're just not in the hot seat.
Okay. I'm not where the chicken at. The chicken go in the back. I'm where the hot dogs at.
Oh Lord,
But
honey,
I'm where the corn on the cob is. I'm just on
I
top.
think we got those too when the grill was so hot where the food jumped off. And God, we'll talk about the chicken that jumped
I
off the grill, and I was like, it's alive.
oh, uh,
So
oh.
we gonna let Val welcome the people.
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having a great time thus far. Please know that we are streaming live, uncut, and unmute on all of our social media YouTube channels. No matter which YouTube channel you are watching us from, guess what? We're there and we're live. So if you are watching, please step in and please say hello to us. If you are on Facebook and you're streaming through the No BS Dual Show or even the Sister Chat, please give StreamYard the capabilities to show your name. We do not want to call you a Facebook user. So please do that for us as well. And don't forget, we're also live on our.com. TKBSDSproductions.com, TKBSDSproductions.com. And once this is over, you guys can go ahead and listen to us. We're on all major streaming podcasts. Whichever one is your favorite, we are there. Check us out. Come on in. We are reliving some tragic 4th of July events. And if in the background, that means Shauna is doing something. So come and join in and find out what it is that she is doing. We're so happy that you're here with us. Hey guys. Listen, you always give yourself away.
You know what? Just because my head be down, I don't always be up to
And
something.
no, 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 no. We heard music. You
Well, you did hear music. That was only because I was trying to let everybody know we were on.
oh,
I was sharing.
okay.
And sharing is caring, and caring is out of love because we love you guys to tell you guys. Because you know what? Some millennials will never experience what we experience as a true 4th of
Never,
July.
never,
And so, why
never.
not share the story, right?
They will never experience. They have no idea. They have
None.
no clue. They have no clue what it's like to be in the water plug all day
No,
and then
no,
walk down to Penn's Landing
no.
and the Art Institute at night and be ashy, walking back with a towel on your shoulder. They'll never experience it. Those were our good times.
And being the one being carried on somebody's back or on their shoulders and doing the plane spin around in the middle of those events or dancing with somebody on your shoulders while an act was on the parkway,
Mhm.
I would have known, I would have thought that we probably would have been able to have some acts on the parkway this year. But, the fact that we're not as, the fact that we're able to celebrate it, that's enough for me.
It's good enough.
Because I
Like that we're
believe
outside.
exactly, because it could be a different situation like it was 2020.
Yeah.
And people are out, people are going to concerts,
Mhm.
People are going to shows. Fireworks will be done where people actually will go outside to see them. They don't have to sit in the house and see it. That's an option to sit in the house. Like I've heard so. I mean, look, the West Side, the West Coast is going to be lit with performances.
Mhm. Well, they still need to be careful.
Yes, be very careful. Please still be careful. Still be mindful that we are still currently fighting a situation.
Yeah.
So we still want you to still be careful in all that you do in celebrating life still,
Yeah.
but just cautiously.
Mhm.
So not to put a damper on it.
No dampers. I mean, no dampers at all. I love that we're outside and that we're able to do these things, but still just be cautious.
Please
Still,
do.
still take
Please.
precautions. Still make sure you're okay and that you're doing your part.
Because believe it or not, we can control how we are affected. And when we keep that in mind, we can also be effective to be caring for someone else. Because we being careful and going around other people, we're being sensitive to them as well. So with that in mind, keeping that in mind, we are able to protect each other by being careful.
Hmm. Agreed. So
Yes.
onward and upward, right?
Onward and upward like that bottle did in that.
How would you like if you was here by yourself? How would you like that? How would you like it by?
She wouldn't have left me, y'all. She loves me. If she know I would chase her down, she know I'd be blowing up her phone like this. Mom, get back on the screen. What are you doing? No, you're not doing this. We're not doing this. We are not doing this. Get back up here. Put the fix your face.
And I'm like, the number you have reached is not.
And then I would just have to start calling the rest of the team, talk about the rest of the team. Thad, hats off to Thad. Thad is getting ready for his fireworks show that he's going to be at, sold out show. So I've been told.
Big up to the cat in the hat.
Big up to the hat. Yes. Y'all better know about it. Our Thad is out there doing his thing, doing what they do the most, which is do lives for you. I don't know about you guys, but it's the live for me. It's the live for me. It's just that energy, that electricity, Let me tell you how bad it is real quick. It's so bad that I received my newsletter to let me know that the tickets are getting ready to go on sale for my show in November. And hunty, when I seen the lineup, I like to fill out the bit. You would have thought this was November already.
Listen, I know that's right. Let me tell you how happy I am also that things are opening up. For my birthday last year, right? Look, last year, I have a group of friends. We do something together every month. Every month we pick something and we do something, every month, just us and our friends. And we try, right, like, other people to come in, and things of that message and things of that nature. So October, we actually purchased the tickets in August to the Dinner Murder Mystery. Do you know what that is? Yes. So let me tell you on air.
Wait.
Let me tell you on air. Because
God.
My brother just rolled water across the floor and made me thinking it was a firework. I'm not playing. Guys, we are live. The good part about being here with us is that we're live and we're in the. You should have saw my face look down when it went rolling across.
I see your face. I heard something. I just didn't know.
My heart was like, Lord,
this is what happens when payback comes. See, normally Val and Ree gets me. So this time I got her and she got mad. So her brother on the other side got her. Big ups to big brother. Whoop, 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 whoop. If Esther on the sofa was here, that's what she would do.
was so funny. It scared the heck out of me. But okay, let's go back. So
Oh
I ordered, that was what I wanted for my birthday. I wanted my
gosh. Okay.
to come with me to go to the murder mystery. You eat dinner, you solve a murder.
Yeah.
So they are awesome. I've been to one before. So I'm like, guys, this is what I want to do for my birthday. So let's do this. Nobody has to buy me anything for my birthday. These are how much the tickets cost. Let's do that. Well, we purchased them in August. In September,
Mhm.
we couldn't go. They rescheduled it. In October, they rescheduled it. In November, they rescheduled it until February. So we had to wait. In February, they rescheduled it till April. And I'm like, okay, just give me my money back. I'm done. Right. But unfortunately, you cannot get your money back. So, what they want you to do, what these places want you to do, not this place per se, is that they want you to forget about it. So, it's just like, okay, you don't come. That's just it. Well, finally, we have tickets secured for August. So, my birthday is almost here again. So, I'm just like,
All
oh,
right. So wait a minute. I I want to go. Just like I want to go to the one that they have the haunted house.
uh-huh.
That you stay at the haunted house for the night
Yeah, I
for
want to.
Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of it just that fast. It just left me just that fast. But it's a hotel, and we supposed to went last year, but then that happened. I was like, oh, not going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a scaredy cat. So for me to say I was going to go with a group of, the girl trip, and I was going to go, it was like,
That would
shoot,
be amazing. That would be awesome. We need to look that up.
we're going to look that up. And I want to believe the hotel starts with an H. I can't think of it right
I'm
now.
sure. I just remember hearing about it. But
Yes. But wait a minute, your birthday, wait a minute. So,
the murder mystery is August the 14th. No worries. I'll send you the information. There's still
okay, good. Because I
time.
was going to say the 18th, homegirl not going to be here.
No, August the 14th. So I will
Okay.
send you the information if you want to, purchase a ticket, and you just purchase it underneath my party, and we all go. But
Yeah, because we're going to be like, Val, she's the murderer. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna be like, okay. Can we finish eating now? No, but
We're going to say she used the birthday cake knife to kill the doorman.
there you go. And I just think that is so. I've been to one. Maggiano's have. Go ahead. What?
The Bates Hotel.
The base hotel is not overnight though.
They said they had one that was overnight.
I've been to the Bates Motel. It's a haunted house and a hayride. That's not where you stay overnight unless they started that. But
Not unless they were started because it was an overnight stay.
yeah, the Bates Motel is not. Well, it
Well,
wasn't.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, back to the murder
So
on August the 14th.
yes, so I've been to one before. I went to Maggiano's, and Maggiano's had that where and I actually when me and my person went, we didn't know. We just went. We just went for dinner. And they said that it was going to be it was a special performance going on, and it was an extra fee or something. So we're just like, okay. So, it was also buy one, take one. So we didn't see a big problem in the extra, and paying. And we sat down next to these group of people, and all of a sudden people are walking and music is playing, and then gunshots go off. What was the wait, what?
Shameless plug, y'all. Shameless plug. You have to be in the room when Val is caught off guard and she does something. The expression on her face and the
Oh,
waves that goes through her hair is a million.
so then you know exactly how I
A million.
listen. I was like, wait a minute, and then the lights popped on, and they're like, "Welcome to the murder mystery." It's little, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And it turned out that the girl that I was sitting next to was the killer.
You would sit next to the killer. She
I was
would be sitting next to you, right?
like, "Why, Miss?" They come around. It's so cool, Sean, because they come around, they're whispering stuff in your ear. They're
I'm having a moment, y'all.
I'm like, wow, man,
Everybody always sit next to her and do
what
something.
I do?
She does a motion and then she goes, why? I'm not ready for this. I'm not here for this.
I'm not. I just don't get it. I don't know. I don't. I tell you one thing, quick sidebar. We're going out tomorrow to celebrate our very own Sterling Day at Kenzie's, and I better sit next to you and William. That's it. You guys are my safe people. I need you on this side of me.
Wait,
I need
we were safe before.
now.
We were safe before. I was sitting on your left. We were sitting on your right. And
No,
then
no. Ree was on my right, but she was a couple of rights away.
well, we gonna make sure before we walk in, we gonna say, look, now this is what we gonna do. We gotta make sure that we keep her.
Because it always happens to me. And
Talking about
here. Bring her in. It always happens to me. I didn't sign this.
she's coming right on time to get the memo. She must have heard her. She must have heard us calling her. She must have heard us in the background going, Ree.
She heard my SOS. I'm like,
she must have heard your whiplash of your braids and your why. Because I'm trying to tell y'all, she does it. If y'all look, go back to the .com and wait for the splash of water, and you will see the whiplash. I'm gonna try to see if I can do it in slow motion. It's gonna go.
Look at Ray. She like,
I just walked in on something. Hi,
yes, you
guys.
did, pretty girl. Yes, you did, pretty girl. Hey, pretty girl.
Hey, cousin.
I heard Ree as I was coming in the door. And I was waiting for the break so I can come in, but
we were talking about how things always happen to me when we're together.
And we have to make sure that we protect her so she don't have the why experience. And she was just telling us about a couple of why experiences, and the expression is priceless. It's a million, I'm trying to tell you. So the pack is tomorrow when we go to do our road trip to see Star. We must keep her in between us to protect her from the why and the whiplash of the hair.
You guys are my safety. There's no swing. It has to be Ree on one side and Sean on the other side, because if not, then I'm open to stuff happening, and it always happens.
I mean, she went to dinner and was sitting next to the murderer.
Have you ever been to the murder mystery? Have you ever done those before? The dinner, the murder. Okay. So I was telling Sean, quick recap. I was telling Sean that for my birthday, we planned one, me and my friends. So now we're able to go now that we're open and all. Right. And I was telling her how I went to the one at Maggiano's and how I did not know. We didn't know, but we were walking into. We just went, and they told us that it was going to be a little extra dollars, and we said, okay. And then we were sitting down, and all of a sudden the lights went off, and we heard gunshots.
Yes. So I did want to go to the Maggiano's, and was it the one from last year?
No,
yes,
like 2 years ago that I went to. From Maggiano's, but it's so good. And so, after the lights, they say, "Welcome to the murder mystery." So then I'm like, "Oh, cool." So then we sat down in our seats. Sometimes if you don't have enough people, they sit you in a group of other people. And I was next to the killer. Why? She killed that man.
And then to bring you back, and now let's bring you back a little further. So before the show, Val let us know that she got chased by fireworks that was in the bottle. So I went like this, and she left me. So her brother decided I'm gonna get her again, and he threw water on the floor,
Across the floor. And here I
and
go.
she did the why.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
But it
goodness.
gets better. Then I had to remember the face is the face of a million because it always happens when she has the why. When the last time we were together and we were sitting together and the why happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's too much.
Oh wow.
So it was stated that we must protect our baby.
Please.
I
She's
got
our
you, Val.
baby. We must
I got
protect her. And we have to
I
make
got you.
sure that she do not have a Y experience tomorrow. But if she does,
No.
you will know.
I got you. I got
And
you.
I'm sorry to say, but not sorry. It's going to happen. We just don't
We're
know.
not
We
gonna
just got to
claim
be
it.
prepared. We got to
We're
be
not
prepared
claiming it.
to. So maybe now that we're
We're,
prepared, we may have a what almost happened was versus what had happened was. How about
we're not claiming it.
That's
We're
right.
not, we're not claiming
Right.
it.
We're not
We're not
claiming
claiming
it.
that? Okay. But we
it. We
didn't we have a Y on my birthday?
too
We
many
had a
wives.
Y on my birthday celebration too, didn't we?
No.
We did. It was with the drinks. It was like, why? You gave us a bottle we couldn't open, and then we asked you to open it, and you was looking at us like you can't open it. And we looking like
I remember that was when we first went to South.
it was like, why? And then after that, they was like, oh, you know what? You need a special cat. You think? But
That's
no shade on South. They
no,
got better after that.
no shade on South. We love South, but that's like the story. Remember the story with the soup? Taste the soup. I don't want to taste the soup. Taste the soup. I don't want to taste the soup. Taste the soup. Okay, I'm going to taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha.
Aha. Wait.
Oh, so
Oh.
My
so
heart.
now that we've thrown, see, it's something about a roast when you do it to yourself.
Oh, I roasted myself big time.
She put herself on the 4th of July grill. And now that Rhea's here and all of us is here, and Thad may be at tech or you sound check, but wherever you at, dude, do your thing.
Yes, bro.
Blow it. Because when the first
Yes,
fireworks
bro.
shows tomorrow, I know it's going to be because you hit that note and you must have jumped 6 feet up in the air. Y'all got to see him when he play and he gets to jumping. Lord, that leg be going. That little short man can do something with that horn. So
Well,
we're
I
going
have
to address.
fireworks, so maybe.
Well, I believe the show is tomorrow in Maryland, but it's sold out. So look, y'all gonna have to stand back and listen and miss what you and pray that they say, look, you gotta come back again. But all I can say is it's hot in Maryland because the Jazz Fest is popping
Yes.
at the harbor, and it started tomorrow. I think it really started tonight, but tomorrow is the kickoff, and they going in. And we will be there
Wow.
on the 8th for Frank McComb. And we will be back on the 11th because Lynn Roundtree told us last week he's going to be there on the 11th. So I will be back in Maryland. I think I'm going to have to get a place in Maryland. I may have to go stay with Dad and them. I don't know. I'm going to be in Maryland for jazz because July is going to be hot for all of you that like the lives. So if you guys are into the live and the jazz effect of things, is they ready? Because remember, they had a whole year. They ready to come back and give you some love because they miss y'all. I think just a little bit as more as you guys miss them.
Yes, I agree
So,
too. You know, they interaction.
True.
So,
Yeah.
Cutco, thank you for coming. We're happy that you're here. We were
happy.
safe travels for you, so we're so happy that you got here. And Mini Me is home.
Mini Me's not home.
Oh.
So Mini Me is still at work.
Okay.
So I just had like just so I've been up and out my house since 8:30 this morning.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and now my car decided that it wants to overheat. So I don't know if it's overheating on purpose. I don't know if it's not overheating and just the gauge is just doing. I don't know, or maybe because I've been out the house since 8:30 this morning. I don't know. I guess my car is like, we don't do this on a Saturday. I don't know what you thought you were doing, but you need to sit down.
Yeah, I
So
think
I
that's
don't
what it
know.
did. I think, yeah.
So I'm here watching the clock because then, by 10:30 I have to, well, yeah, 10:15ish I have to go get Mini Me.
Well, I'm closer, so I may have to just go get her and then let you
So,
guys keep going.
so that's just all.
Yeah, because my car is trying to act like it wants to be special too. It don't want to come on.
But everybody's car is having problems because my car is I have problems with my car as well.
Now, all three of us having problems with our car at the same time. That don't usually happen for us. It usually goes you, then you, and then you do you, and I be the one running. Talk about, here I come.
Nope.
What rapper say that?
Well,
Here I come. What rap song was
well,
that?
my car is just, that's mystical, but
Yes, there you
but
go.
my
Here I come.
but my car, we
Here I come.
had this conversation. So every morning I get in my car and I pray that it gets me from point A to point B. And if I do D, E, and F and G, you still do what you got to do. And the timeline that I had for my car has expired. So I think she's just like, girl, you said this time last year that we were doing X, Y, and Z. Now we're at this point again, and you're still saying that same X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. So I think she's just like, okay, if you don't move it, I'm just going to do it. So I've been telling her, like, Velvet, listen, this is what we do. Like, come on, we're good. We are delicious. This is Velvet. Like, you know what this is. This is velvet and chocolate. What are you doing? So, I be pumping her up so that we can get what we got to get to. And I think today she's just like, girl, just like that.
So you be pumping her up like that game, be like, pump it, pop it, squeeze it, pull it.
I used to love the game.
No,
Pop it. Y'all remember that?
No.
Pop it. Pull it.
No.
Squeeze it.
No.
Turn it.
I like that game. But no.
Well, look, that's what I be playing with my car. Look.
Yeah,
I be playing kid and play.
I just have to massage her ego, just got to massage her ego and let her know this is velvet and chocolate. We are together.
Wait.
And I just got to massage her.
Wait. Did she say massage her ego?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
That's
okay. Okay.
You had to talk to that girl.
I ain't gonna lie, because I be singing a song from Kid and Play. When I turn my car, I got to literally hold it and wait for it to turn over. I'm praying that that's not the starter.
It sounds like the starter.
And I literally got to hold it and then it kicks over. Mm-hmm. I'm praying it's not the starter because mama don't got starter money. Mm-hmm. I don't have starter money. And I be singing Kid and Play songs. Come on, baby. Yeah. Yeah. And it comes on. Yeah. I'm like, all right. And I'll play the rest of the song. It Kid and Play.
Well, really, look, she done went. She going. Look, she going. It's a done deal.
Oh, that's how I drive.
Now, for me, I'm so hard-headed because my check engine light came on many moons ago, right? And instead of me taking it to the dealership to see what was going on with it, I never did it. I took it and got the diagnostic test, and they said that it was the catalyst converter. So we know that's going to eventually go. You have to get
God.
So I went to so my car was acting so funny. The check engine light comes on and goes off. Comes on, goes off for several months, and then pops back, right? So I'm driving a car, and the car just sounds so funny. So I'm like, what is going on? And I look up, and I'm like, oh, I need to get an oil change. Let me go get the oil change, right? So then I go and I get the oil change because I'm thinking that that's maybe what it is. So then on the report it says noise coming from the engine and check light is on. So I'm like, no, the check light is not on because it's not on right now. It hasn't been on. It's not on for months. So my car literally sounds like Mhm. It's the catalyst converter. I have to get it fixed.
Oh no.
So if you happen to see us all go
Ooh.
incognito and it looks like us on polls, but it ain't us, don't judge us. We trying to get our cars fixed. Please just throw cash.
Listen,
Cash app us.
my name
Please.
is Triple D, and I will be on your next.
I'll be the host. How about that? I'll just be the host. Coming to the post, sliding in on your left. Work it, work it, work it. Look, what?
I'm about to
You
change.
say, got you crazy. How you gonna dance, Bob? How you gonna do it? How you gonna do it,
I
Bob?
don't even know.
Yeah.
Listen.
Look, we gotta pay for our cars. I just looked up mine and I feel a little bit better because I heard that a starter can be under $100 for my Chevy Impala. So okay. I can wait until that.
Oh well, that's good because catalyst converters, the lowest you're going to get is about $795. That's the lowest.
Yeah.
So
Well, again, I still gotta work a poll because we don't.
So that's what happened. So listen, if you guys know any mechanics that is willing to, get some free advertising on
Hey,
KNOW Bsduo show, we're streaming all over the world.
all over.
For halfway services. I mean, let us know. We would love to shout them out and put them out there.
And not only that, we will be able to create some lovely commercials for you that you will be able to take offline just for the fact of helping the No Bsduo show. Because after all, it's the no. So not only will you be helping us, but we'll help you and help others to tell them about you. It gets no better than that, don't you say?
It gets no better. But meanwhile,
and if you know any gentlemen's clubs that's looking for a host and some pole swingers, time to call the No BS Show because we doing that too. Juicy, John Craig.
Now before
this is when we do the disclaimer that birds of a feather. Yes, birds of a feather does not flock together. So that
excuse me, I said I'm trying to make money to get my car. I didn't say I was trying to make it rain for a purpose of anything other than fix my car.
Birds of a feather don't flock together.
I can't.
I'm just saying. They might have just only heard the ending part and just was like, oh.
So we say, please go back. Please make sure you go back and listen. Maybe 25 seconds before.
We said a host. We didn't say nothing else.
Perfect time to go back and utilize those streaming services.
Talk about going back. We better go back and pay some bills because we've been on here for a while. We'll be right back. We're going to play a quickie. Not the quickie, but a quickie. And then we're going to address the elephant in the room.
She is there. It's no host. She
you said, got him crazy.
Bill, girl.
I feel like busting loose. I said, Shala, come on, y'all said. I said, Shala, get it, y'all said. I said, Shala, come on, y'all said. I said, Shala, get it, y'all said. Give me the bridge.
All I'm saying is I got the water. Well, at least he loves me enough to give me water. So while I'm on the air, big up to my bro.
That scared the living crap out of you a few minutes ago. Yes, big ups to him, bro.
Nice and cold.
Oh, yes.
Big up to Deer Park, the official sponsor of the No Bsduo show.
And as you say, big ups to Fillmore. Fillmore will help you have the best digital DJs and videos that can come from near and far.
Listen.
Listen.
Quick sidebar. Are you guys aware that the No Bsduo show is now doing something for the ending months or period that we are offering 10 and 15-second advertisements?
Can
So
you tell them about that?
yeah, so if you guys are interested in that, we can definitely do that. All you have to do is just get in contact with us. It is an amazing, amazing special for the summer. You can do 15-second, 20-second, 30 seconds, and it will be easy on your pockets to get your brand out there. Just get in contact with us. tkbsds.org at gmail.com and put advertising for the summer, and we'll get back to you. See? Look,
It's
genius.
awesome.
This one.
Awesome. 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 Awesome.
Yeah. So, Cuzzo, now that you're here, are you ready to discuss? Do you know what we're talking about today?
We are going to talk about the elephant in the room. Can we talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. You know what? I like when she does that. Do you notice that every time we say, "Can we talk about that?" She uses that voice. She goes, "Okay, let's talk about it." you gotta love it. It just anyway. So the elephant in the room. You ever notice about the people that always hang around the cliques and they got to act like the cliques and do what the cliques they do? You know, that control room. But because you want to be popular, you want to be a part of that group or think that you're going to be considered somebody because you hang with them or you know them. So you be with them. And then you got the other side of the other people with the misery people. The misery people, they're always just miserable. And because they're miserable, they're going to make your life intentionally miserable or just be miserable. Like I think that was a very miserable thing that Wendy Williams did. But I love the way Girly Girl clapped back and did what she did and said, "You know what? I'm just gonna pray for you, sister." I'm
So,
just saying.
I think I think if that is a prime example of what we need to speak about with Misery Loves Company.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Wendy Williams. She does so much. She's known for her gossip. She's known for her no in the no. She's known for having problems in her marriage. She's known for having, and it's taking nothing away from that. Nothing away from any of that. But when you go through as much as you go through, and you are out there in the open for people to see you, we see how miserable you are. So when you try to throw points at Tab, Auntie Tab, when you try to throw like jabs at her, I'm so happy and so grateful for her spirit and her mindset. Anybody can't do that. You can't.
Right.
There is no amount of practice that will make me be able to. You coming at me saying that I want to retire my husband, and let's be for real. I've been in so many MLMs where these young ladies started making 6, 7, 8, 9 figures, and they also did the same thing. They retired their husbands. Why? Because while they're working to get to a certain point, their husbands is taking care of the household. Their husbands is making that money. Their husbands is supporting them. So why would I not want to retire my husband? Because understand this, even though Wendy Williams' husband, so-called, was her manager, he was pretty much retired because he wasn't doing anything.
Oh, he was doing things. She
Well,
just wasn't reporting what he was doing.
between us three, he was,
Yeah.
not everybody else. I ain't talking to everybody else. Between us three, he was not. So he was pretty much retired. He was living his best life while you were doing to come again. And her and Auntie Tab's husband is so there for her from what we see, and you can tell their genuine love and things like that. When she talked about her medical problems, see what happens is Wendy Williams didn't dig. She don't know Auntie Tab is sick. She don't know the times that Auntie Tab could not work and her husband did what he was supposed to do. She doesn't know all of that. So she just fly by, scrolling through, and saw something and thought that she can say. But I think Auntie Tab, you're doing this. Retire that man and let that man. He said he loved baseball. Why not take him off of the LAPD, those crazy streets, and let him go ahead and go out there and have them kids and teach them kids baseball? Why not?
Why not?
Why
You know
not?
what?
that all the time. When if you are in a position to support and elevate your spouse, then that's what you do. It's a partnership.
Yeah.
We all know the times that we're in. There's no longer going to be where the woman is in the house and the man is outside doing the bringing home the bacon so the woman can cook it.
Hmm.
Roles have reversed now. And if
Yeah.
you have, I love it. I love it when you have a supporting man, because our men, period, no matter what gender, what nationality they are, men just get a bad rap regardless.
Say
And so
it.
Regard-
I just
Repeat
love
that.
it when,
I need you to
Regardless.
rewind that. Rewind that.
yeah,
Say that one more
no,
again.
no matter what nationality, men just get a bad rap, period. So I just love when a man can take his place and it does not have to be in the front. It could be at home with the kids. It can be in the kitchen. It can be at bedtime. It doesn't have to be out in the front. Have we all been known and taught that men should be? And it's okay that he's not there and he allowed her to be in the front, and he's just being her biggest cheerleader in the back. And he
But,
like, babe, I got the kids. I got the house. I got this. Do you?
but you want to know what else but when I think about that whole situation is that men have been retiring women forever.
Yep.
There's so many
Yes.
ladies that are stay-at-home moms, and you know what I mean?
Yes.
Is nobody saying anything about that? Because
No.
society believes that we're supposed to be barefoot and pregnant. So if
Mm-hmm.
our husband retires us and we're no longer working, they find it acceptable because they feel that we're supposed to be that way. That we're
Right.
supposed to be in the kitchen, that we're supposed to be cleaning, that we're supposed to be, taking care of the kids and have, one on the nipple here and doing homework there and cooking. So for
Mm-hmm.
us to be retired, quote unquote retired, they're just like, oh, she's a stay at home mom. Okay, so why can't my husband stay at home? What's the
You
difference?
know,
Yeah.
that
And
goes
go
that
ahead.
goes right back to what I said earlier today, where I said, it was at a different time, at a different place, different things was resolving that gave you the output or the input to believe that that's what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
now times is different. It's the fact of, like we said, and like you just mentioned, it's a team, it's a partnership, it's
Yeah.
love. So it's whoever falls by the wayside, I got you. We pick each other up to keep getting you through, to keep getting you up to do what you got to do, whether it's the
Right.
woman or whether it's the man. There is no rule or no regulation that says it has to be gender related. At one time, again, that was the times we were in, that's what were being done. The men went forth, the women stayed home. When the men went to war, the women got out in the world and started keeping the world running while the men did what they had to do. But
Mm-hmm.
then some women stayed because some men never came home. But regardless to what the situation is, if you're in a situation, in a relationship with someone, and that's what it is, that's between you and your household and your situation. It
Yeah.
has no seat of
Right.
judgment for no one else to look in from their eyes and give a perception. Now, you said something earlier, she didn't know, she didn't dig. I guarantee you she did, because this is actually what I like to call how you doing policies and procedures when it come to her. This is what she does. And that's when I look at the fact of her being miserable. And I'm so happy that not only did she pick up and notice that she needed to pray for her, but somebody else spotlighted what she did and
Mm-hmm.
made it a phenomenal moment to say, look, this is how we do this. And he called it lessons. Again, Mr. Eric Roberson, kudos to him, because he made it lesson 171. And he put it out there saying the lesson of clapping back the right way. When
Mm-hmm.
people are hurting, you don't hurt them back. You help them, you pray for them.
That's right.
Like
Yeah.
I had made a statement about the other day. If you see something about me that maybe not be presentable, or maybe don't look right, or maybe something's wrong with it, you don't talk about me. You come and you pull me to the side and you tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how I decide to take the information you've given me depends on how you should deal with me. But you shouldn't be the one in the corner be like, or what? That's what we used to. That's the childish stuff. We need to become mature and do things differently. This is
Mm-hmm.
how we lift each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going back down because I think I'm getting too passionate.
I definitely agree with everything that you're saying. And it's just so crazy that, well, okay, somebody has to be the mean girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period. Wendy Williams is the mean girl. Somebody has to be the mean girl. She's always been that way. That's what got her to the top. She's always in everybody's business and she always has something to say about something. And that is just how she is. And that pours into the whole clique as well, which is our second portion. Because Wendy Williams is that way. There's so many other people that push towards her that wants to be in that same spotlight, so they do the same thing. That's the whole cliquish thing there.
Yeah. Yeah. And some people also come into her circle because they don't want her talking about them.
Talking about them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you have also the click of, well, if you want to be like me and want me to support you and do what I do, you have to do what I say. You can't like the people that I like, and you have to smudge down on them as well. You have to treat them the same way I do. You have to walk the way I walked in order to be where I am, because after all, I am. But you gotta be careful of what price you paying,
You got to be very,
because
very.
you paying a horrible price
Mhm.
when you walk in somebody else's position. I don't know. Just some people feel as though they have to be the clown of the bunch just to be accepted. It's like what the cost is that we pay to, and like for her, I really want to believe she really don't want to be the mean girl. I really believe that it was almost like you said, this is who you are. This is what we know you as. So for you to change, what mean you could no longer be.
Mhm.
And in order for me to be, I have to live this. I need to stay that girl.
Mhm.
Well, she tried that. She tried that before when she got sick, and everybody made their accusations about the reason she got sick. Was it because of the husband? Was it because of what came out in the rumors about the husband? Because the timing was just what it was. And so she tried to come back, and she saw how it made her feel. So she tried to come back and say, like, guys, this is what I felt. So if this is what I've done to any of you, she did apologize to certain people that she knows for sure she did burn that bridge, or she did close that door, or that opportunity wasn't given. She did go back, but now I feel like her ratings fell a little bit. And
Mhm.
then because of COVID, she had to do the in-home shows. So her ratings fell because of all that. So she had to come back out with the big bang and the big boom for what was paying her bills before. So now, that Wendy Williams is on the stage now.
Like I said, the price that you have to be in order to be. You know, um, it was a song that was written. I believe I said it one time before on the show. It was a song by Gladys Knight, and she said, "The need to be in this world is what I'm not." And when you get to that point in your life, that maturity level, and I call it a maturity level because you have to be mature enough to understand what cost you're willing to have to lose in order not to lose yourself. Like she has to look in her mirror and say, "This is me, and I'm doing this, and this is me. This is who I've become. Can I live with that?"
Well, when she did her tell all, that's what she did. Like she
Yeah,
understands, she knows her role. She knows her role and she knows it well, and she chooses
yeah,
to do that. And you
Yeah,
can tell by her by her tell all movie, which was, by the way, I really liked it.
I
I
did
missed
too.
it.
Did
I
enjoy it.
It was on Lifetime. It was a Lifetime movie, and when
Mhm.
she told her story, I loved how she said, "I will talk about everything but my son." She put it
Yeah.
out there. Don't come
Mhm.
for my boy. I'll tell you whatever it is that you want to know. I'll spill the beans on whatever it is that you want, but do not come for my son. And she told on herself. So
Yeah.
because she's so transparent and because she was so open, it was such a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm out here, I'm open. It's going to be what it's going to be. So let me spill the tea on myself. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
Mister, you spilling the tea on yourself. You still have to be just a tad bit humble in what it is that you do. It's just a shame that all her life she had to be this way.
Yeah.
that's almost like the story of Mary J. Blige when we heard her
Right,
story.
right.
Don't talk about it yet. We didn't watch it yet.
I won't say no more, but I will say that is a definitely a very good bio that you need to see. And I'm loving the fact that people are
my girl.
And I'm loving the fact that people are coming out to tell their truth and the reason why they do or did or are the way they are. You know, there's a lot of, I have to say this. I have to say this. So last week, on Brother My Brother, there was the Moore boys, the Moore twins.
Mm-hmm.
And the Moore twins are like in their 20s. And, you know, they're young, coming out. Great guys, great music. One of my favorite songs is "Feel So Good." Like they go to church at the end of the song. Like they literally go to church, and they're church boys. That's what makes it so crazy for me. I'm like, go to church, boys, and then they go and they do it, and it's like, you know, it's just. But anyway, one of the boys are married,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember saying, "Oh, well, then we won't talk about that because you know what they say when you tell your marital, when you tell your status, it kills." Your who you are, and it your kills your cells. So there's some artists that believe if my people know that I'm involved with somebody, they're not gonna buy my music. That's gonna kill my career. So I keep my private life out of it so that my career can still live forward and I can still, because it's my livelihood. And it was so profound that they felt the same. That if that's what I have to do in order to be, then I don't need to be.
That's right.
That's right. And not too many people are there at that point where they could say, I'm not going to dismiss or be dismissive or better yet, belittle my love life and who I'm in love with and who carries me, all because I feel as though nobody can understand that I have a significant other or I have a wife or I have a life. I think that is so, it's hard, it's a shame, but it is unfortunate it exists.
Well,
Because
that
there
was
are some people,
that was the rule back in the day, that you could not talk about your marriage because you had to portray this certain image, and you could not be this person and portray this image and knowingly have a wife or a husband. And they did the same thing with the NBA. That's another way. This is a whole different topic, but that's why men gravitated towards the others to date and to marry, because the women that look like us in this box, we were too boisterous, we were too proud, we were too big, and we didn't know our place. So that's what they were taught. That's what they said. If you want somebody that's just going to be a showpiece, a trophy on your arm, then be there. Let that be her. And if that's not her, don't talk about her, because then you got all these other women coming up to you, or men coming up to you, and your partner isn't strong enough without even knowing the partner to say that. But that's what they were taught. That was the industry, and it kind of still is a little bit.
but I'm glad and proud of these industry and artists that are stepping up now and saying, not only do I have a partner, have a wife, but that's my partner, and we do this together. And they're
Right.
changing the narrative of love, and they're showing how the both of them working together is presenting an art in the industry that we are now accepting, which marketing and the industry have told people we don't accept.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, how can you talk about love if you're not even in love? Or how can you talk about marriage if you're not married? Well, yeah, I am married. I just couldn't tell y'all because I wanted y'all to buy my record. Like, wow, you know, if that was, and I had an interesting long conversation today on what was portrayed for you to believe, but now the narrative have been changed in this life. Today, it states something different, and it makes you look back and say, well, were we lied to? And it also lets you know that you were taught to believe that this was the way of life. You were taught to believe this is how it's supposed to be. And you were taught to believe that if you wanted to be somebody, you had to be in a clique. And if you wasn't, you was miserable. And miserable people made you miserable, made you feel better.
I think that is so crazy because I was never, ever, ever, ever told that. and it probably was because I was the baby of six. I was told we the clique, we the friends. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need no friends outside. You
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
got friends. You got your brothers and your sisters. You don't need that. And I was always popular for not trying to be popular. I never hung with a specific group of people. I never did any of that, but people knew me because I was not trying to be known. I was always respectful. Was always, hey, how you doing? Things of that nature. But I never ever tried. I never tried too hard.
Right.
I was a clique within myself. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? I was within myself, so I never cared too much. If to sit at certain tables, in high school with certain people, and even now with being an adult, I'm okay with not being in certain circles, and I'm okay with not being invited to certain places, and I'm okay with not going to the exclusive only. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's because when I was younger, just coming up, I didn't, and none of that phased me. I didn't care. I didn't care about any of that. I was always doing my own thing. I was always in my own lane. You know what I mean? So even at this age now, a lot of people know me, and they just know me because of just being nice and just genuinely being the person that I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
not
you know what?
not attached to no form or fashion. I'm not attached to, the group or whatever. I'm not attached to any of that. I'm just Val. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how people know me. And I want to keep it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was different. So I wasn't in a clique, but I was the clique. So I had friends who just gravitated towards me,
Hmm.
and just so happened, I don't know what that was. It just so happened that the same group of friends I had outside of school was in school. So we was always together.
Hmm.
So that made us like we sat at this lunch table, we sat at this side of the playground, we sat at this part of the schoolyard. And then in high school, we were only divided into cliques because I went to box. So we had the tech classes. So we had nursing sat together, you had cosmetology sat together, you had
And I
business
was
sat
adopted,
together.
so I understand.
So right, so we just automatically clicked up. But then because where I grew up, where I was from, everybody knew I was from this particular area. So I was with those set of people. And so it was like, okay, wherever I was, there was a certain set of people that just came with me. But we wasn't like mean to anybody. We was accepted to everybody. We just had a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So at lunchtime, we were the loudest table. We had the boom box going off. We know everybody beatboxing. And
Mhm.
then we had the girls on the side that added we could sing. Then we had the girls on the other side. Like we just had so much fun in the back of the lunchroom. And then growing up, coming out of school, we bump into everybody now and again. And then it's funny because now some of our kids go to school together, and now they're together. But they don't know that's my mom. Oh, you went to school with my mom? My mom went to work with you? Like now it's just funny how it's just going down. But I saw the cliques, and my daughter just happened to be that girl who can separate the room and say, well, if you're friends with her, you can't be friends with me. And if you're friends with her, you can't be friends with me. And she was that way from like third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. And I'm just looking at her like, where you get this from? What is this? But it's now she's older, and she's like, Mom, but those girls that I was friends with that we did the clique was the ones that was getting picked on. So they wouldn't bully me. They didn't want to fight me. They wanted to, but they didn't have the courage to. So I pulled them girls with me so they stopped getting picked on. And I was
Mhm.
like, I didn't see it that way until we just recently had this conversation. And I was like, you had a good click then. That was a good click. It's a
Well,
really good click.
Shania was always the one. Shania was always the one. I always call Shania the superwoman because Shania will always walk in and be like, "Oh no, we're not doing this. Let me show you." Like she always was the one who saved her little cousins, or really wasn't even her little cousins, her big cousins. She would be the little one, the littlest out of the bunch, jumping up and like, "Oh no, you're not doing this. Oh no, we're not doing this." I'm like, where'd she get that courage from? So people used to say, "She had my sister's energy, but my mouth." So my sister, you would never see that energy in her, but you would see it after she did it to you. And then you be like, wait a minute, did she just do that? And it'd be like the quiet one. But you once you pushed it, but see, you saw me coming, but again, you saw me coming at the end because it took a minute before I got there. But when I got there, that was it. It was like no pulling me back. It was like another person came out. It was like, now you didn't did it. Try not to bring her out. But it always is the factor of something happened. Like you said, we were in school, we got separated. So that's what caused that click. Why did you become the miserable one? Something happened. So now you're making it a part of your everyday life to get through. Or is it attention grabber? Well, because I can't get it this way, I'm going to get it by all means necessary. So I'm going to be miserable and get it this way. Or I'm going to be the clown and get it this way. It's always something that created that monster called the misery and the click. Maybe you was the one who had it all. And all of a sudden, something got taken away from you. And now you're mad about it. And you don't know how to handle it. So now the misery comes in. We don't know what caused it. But the thing about it is, once you identify it, you should want to fix it. Because it's fixable. Correct, y'all?
I would say so.
Yeah.
But you got to want to do it.
You have to want to do it. You first have to acknowledge that it's the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. That's why I love movies like Bring It On. Everybody could identify with one of those girls and Bring It On. It's like everybody can figure that out. Or if you see certain actresses, you know that they play this person in every single movie. So like Gabrielle Union is one who 9 out of 10, a lot of her movies, she's the same character.
She's the mean chick. Yeah.
And you can identify with that. And I would say if I ever had the time to ask her, and she did say on the red table that she wasn't like this, but I feel like Jada didn't really point the right questions. But I feel like she can identify and she can make that character so, because that's what happened to her as a kid.
I wonder that too, because if you look at her movie Deliver Us from Eva, it kind of shows like it's a possibility that this if that wasn't you, it was somebody in your family that you knew that you're portraying.
Yeah, because she did the same thing in like Daddy's the Girls, and I love that movie. And I love her. I love her as an actress, but I just feel like and even I think it was Halle Berry who said it when she won her awards, that she had to certain movie because she didn't play certain roles in the beginning when she first came out. She didn't want to get stuck with that role. So she played the junkie girlfriend, but she had to branch out and she had to decline a lot of roles because she did not want to be the actress as the junkie in every single movie.
And Hollywood did that.
I was going to say it's crazy because they put you in certain roles. You know what I mean? Like Hollywood does that when they find something that you're good at. And I forgot what movie that is or what actor that is. And I was like, he always plays this specific type of character. And what I love so much about my Uncle Denzel,
I knew you was going there with him because I was going to say the same thing about him too.
My Uncle Denzel can play whatever. I will never forget. I saw him in the movie where he was an alcoholic and he was the security for the little girl, and oh my God, Man on Fire. I would never.
Okay.
I saw him on Man on Fire, and then when I saw him in Remember the Titans, those were like two roles that I've never seen him play. And then what is the one when he was the drug dealer? And but he can play whatever.
Cover, yeah,
he can play like whatever. And when I saw him, like just the way that he's able to switch and just go, like that's awesome to be able to have that, because you don't want to be stuck in one. When Hollywood sticks you in one role, you're there forever. You don't want to be
forever.
You don't want to be stuck there. Gabrielle Union is awesome, but she'll always be the mean girl. She'll never ever play in anything. She'll never ever have a role, or okay, let's not say that. nobody would ever accept seeing her in a different light other than the mean girl. You know, they could put her in something
Right.
as a now. There was a movie. She was not a mean girl, but she moved into her father's house and somebody tried to break into the house. I gotta find it. It was her, and I think she had 2 kids. That was not a mean girl role. She was a protector. She was
Mm-hmm.
a protector in that movie. But because she was a protector, even as a protector, something happened between her and her husband, and she was a tad bit evil. They
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
pull that out. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though she was a protector
Mm-hmm.
and she kicked these men behind who tried to break into the house and her
Yeah.
kids in there. But
I know what
because
you're talking about.
you know the movie I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about, but because she has
I'm
that
gonna
mean girl factor, she had to go through something in the beginning with her fussing out her husband or something. And it's like, why? Why y'all couldn't just cut that and just take it into when she moved into her father's home and take it from there? I'm gonna find out
yeah.
what the name of that movie is.
Yeah, and that's where I think like where Cliques come in, because me and my daughter was talking about movies and different females and different movies, and we were saying like, you know how they had Girls Trip, and we was wondering like they put the cast together for Girls Trip because they could mingle together and they could have fun together. She's like, but well, do you think you would ever see Gabrielle Union in a movie with Nia Long, in a movie with Regina King, in a movie with Vivica Fox?
But I
Like,
think
would you
she actually
ever?
did something with Nia Long, but they were younger, like the
Right,
younger actors, like not right now,
right,
but in the younger years, they did do stuff together. From that,
right. So,
Now,
would you see a girl like a girls trip times two, but
no.
with those particular people? It's like you don't think you would see them in together because that click doesn't click.
Mm-hmm.
right, and then the power of those women. Like I could not see Vicky and Gabby being together. And if I did, I would have to see them going against each other, not side by side with each other. I
Mm-hmm.
could see them going against each other. Like, for example, the movie that they had, Two Can Play That Game. I could see
Mm-hmm.
her playing against in a movie like that with Vivica Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Could I see Gabby playing in a role with Jada?
No.
Maybe.
No,
Maybe only because I've seen Jada try to flip outside of other movies and stuff, and I remember the Jada of a different world of a different world. So I want if Jada played that part or played a little bit of the part of set it off that character, I believe yeah she could play in a role, or even the Jada that played in lyrics, Jason's lyrics. I
Mhm.
believe, yeah, she could play in a role with Gabby, but again, opposite, not as, or maybe a girlfriend like, girl, look, I don't play them kind of games with them guys. That's the Gabby I would see her playing with Jada.
mm-hmm.
But it's like you said, I seeing her in every movie I've seen her from being a cheerleader, from her being on her own, Mary Jane.
Mhm.
I just
But you
she's
want to know what? I don't think she was a mean girl on Being Mary Jane.
I no, I'm
Yeah,
saying Mary Jane, she went out the scope. But
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
saying, yeah, but I'm saying from her from there all the way up to like all the movies in between, all the way up to her being on her own with that one, it still balances out that she played that other role.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because she didn't play the mean girl when she played side by side with DMX in their movie. She
No,
Now,
didn't.
I didn't see her in that
She
one. I don't
didn't play
remember
the
that
mean
one.
girl.
and I
Yeah,
forgot the name of it. I'm gonna look it up too. But
yeah. She didn't play the mean girl there. But she was the protector. She was the girlfriend without being said to be the girlfriend.
mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what that was. Because in that movie, it was never said that they were dating. You could just kind of pick up if they were dating.
Mm-hmm. So the movie that I was speaking about was called Breaking In.
Okay.
That was the movie. So now I'm going to look up the one with Gabrielle Union and DMX because I forgot the name of that movie, but that was a good movie as well. Cradle to the Grave,
Okay.
and that
I
was a
didn't see that one.
that is a good movie as well. Yeah, she was like the ride or die chick in that movie.
And it's amazing how we can remember all the different movies and categorize them to seeing that that's probably how their roles were picked. Like I remember raising Isaiah, but then the movie Not My Child with with who are we talking about? Halle Berry. They
Mm-hmm.
both played on that same card, like somewhat so, because when she was raising Isaiah, that same mother, that chase, that fever and drive that she had in there, she used part of that during her detrimental parts that she played when she was desperate, being that mom, like, what am I going to do? I'm out here, I'm looking crazy because I'm trying to find my child. Who kidnapped my child?
I love Raising Isaiah. That was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
That
I know a lot of you is probably figuring like, how does this have anything to do with addressing the elephant in the room? Well, believe it or not, it was these different cliques and these different connections and connect doors and the way they handle themselves in movies caused them to be what we would consider the
mm-hmm.
miserable chick. So you
Mm-hmm.
always got the miserable role. You always presented yourself as the miserable one. You always look miserable, like so.
And even
And
that
it also, go ahead.
and and also with what it is that we saw and what was portrayed with those people in real life, people tend to take on those roles because in TV everything always good. Gabrielle Union is so mean and bring it on, but then again she has so many people crowded around her, so let me take on this persona as
Yep.
Yeah.
being this because this is what I want. And everything on TV is right. That's like everything on the internet is right. Everything
Mhm.
on TV is right. And because I saw her act this way, because I saw her act so vulnerable and whorish. By the way, I love being Mary Jane, but that was the role. Let me act
Mhm.
this way so I can get what it is that I'm going, that I'm going to get, because these people act like that, and we watch it and um we're so woke to seeing TV and looking at things and wanting to be like these characters that they tend to go off and they tend to groom themselves to become that way to get into a certain type of clique, and then they're miserable.
Mhm. And I was going there as well because depending on what you watched as a child growing up, and you were just a sponge, and then depending on what you went through in school, and then you might saw a Bring It On, and then you went to school and
Hmm.
you're like, you know what, I'm going to start acting like this.
Hmm.
And you did, or it was you were just so infatuated with that character, and you watch that movie so much. Like me, I'm a person, I mock everybody. So it's a lot of times like certain words I say, it's because I watched it on a movie and now I've said it so many times, that's how I say that word. And it's like, so if people are like me, you've seen these movies so many times, when you get in a situation, it just boom right there in the front, and before you know it, you're acting that way, and you're doing that, and you're being that way. And it's not until we come into a situation like when our best friend came and shut everything down, and now you're in the house and you're like, who am I?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we have learned, we because we became so indulged by what we seen that we instead of just understanding what we saw to be entertainment, we entertained it. And we
Mm-hmm.
entertained it, and some of us became it because it was so relative to us, related to us. Like we talked about a couple of weeks ago when we talked about why did I get married? And I believe I expressed to you guys about, at first I really didn't like that movie because it wasn't I didn't like the movie. I was uncomfortable about the movie. I liked the movie, but after the movie, it made me feel uncomfortable because I was able to relate to every last one of the women in
Hmm.
some form of fashion of it. I wasn't the drunk, but I was the one that was like, something ain't right, something don't look right. We gonna watch her. I was that one, but not to that point of not that direct. But I always had the gut feeling about people, and I was like, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. That part of her, but not as. But I was Sheila. I was Sheila. I was the go-getter. I was going to make this work. I was the heavy girl at one time. And then I became Janet, except my baby wasn't born and killed, but I had miscarriages. And I believe that because of my miscarriages, it made me feel less of a woman because I couldn't do what women could do, which was carry a child. And that made me feel bad. And that made me feel like no man will want me because all his girlfriends were able to give him babies. I can't. He didn't want to marry me. He wants children. Then I found out he didn't want children, and I was already getting ready to have them. So it was like, oh, and so I was trying to find myself within myself, but not liking myself until that one person came in and saved me and said, hey, you, look at yourself in the mirror and know that you are beautiful. Why don't you see it? I see it,
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, but then I don't believe I was the doctor though. I don't think there was a time where I was like, come on, I want to start a family. If anything, I believe I was Tyler Perry. Like, when are you going to make time for us? It's all about business, 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 work, 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 work. What are you hiding? Why don't you want to be with me? I played that part. But I just felt really uncomfortable. But I look forward to having the ending, becoming the Sheila of the ending, that my hero is going to come through the door and I'm going to have that moment. I'm waiting for that moment where I'm going to be with my girls and be like, my desires have been met. God heard me, y'all. And it won't be the, but it's going to be like, Lord, look, God answered my prayers, y'all. Mm-hmm. My desires are met. He's here. I'm waiting for that day. I believe that day is coming, but I'm also comfortable in knowing that even if that day don't come, I'm still me and I'm okay. I don't need to have him in order to be me. And for a long time, people made me feel I couldn't because I didn't fit in. I was the divorcee, or I was the married one, or I'm the older one.
Mm-hmm.
It was always never, but I was always my own show. I didn't have to do anything. I would walk in the room and somebody would declare I was doing something. I'm like, no, no. It's like they put me in boxes, and I didn't fit in none of them. And when I realized that you couldn't put me in a box and I didn't belong in a box, and the reason why I didn't fit in a box was because I was in a box, was the day that I became Shauna and was okay with her. And that was hard. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
And that's when I say, while you were going through all of that, you were in the cliques of all of that.
Yep.
So you hung with those that fed your appetite. That was yours, that made you feel that you were important, made you feel that you were doing the right thing, you were saying the right thing. It wasn't you, it was everybody else. So it wasn't until what I call these moments, it wasn't until the TV was turned off.
Yeah. But it gets even better, because even when I was there, it still didn't feel right. It was like that tight shoe is your size, but it just didn't fit. It was like Cinderella. The shoe just didn't fit, but I just kept walking in it anyway, but it just didn't feel right.
But Cinderella's shoe fit.
I said, but not the other girls that was around Cinderella. I just didn't call myself Cinderella. I said walking in Cinderella's shoe. My name is Shauna. I ain't Cinderella. Go ahead and snort. You almost laughed so hard, you almost snorted.
Cinderella had some cute shoes, though.
Oh, yeah, I do have some cute shoes. Who
wouldn't want to put their foot in that shoe? And that man that was coming through, girl, who wouldn't want to put that shoe on?
Look, child, please. Let me tell you something about that, man.
Give me that shit. Okay? Right?
Let me tell you something. All men that brings you your shoe ain't.
So wait. So that's just like this movie I was just watching at the hairdresser, and I hope this doesn't sound ignorant when I say it. So when you go get your hair done and you're at the African shop, they have the best movies.
Yeah, they do.
They have the best movies.
They really do. They're so
beautiful. And it's so low budget.
Yeah.
And some of their actors is acting so hard, but it keeps your attention from the beginning to the end.
And it does. And even when you don't understand what they're saying, you kind of can follow it.
You can follow it because then
Yeah.
you have the ones that's talking, so you understand everything. So we was just watching this movie before we left, and this girl said the exact same thing that we just talked about. Her cousin got into some money, inherited some money, and this is her best friend. So she know her best friend was miserable, and her best friend was not in the village, and all the women didn't like her because she didn't look like them, and she didn't have this money, and she didn't have the status quo. So her cousin was coming back from wherever he was with this money, and he was looking for a wife. So his cousin, which is her best friend, goes to the best friend and tells her, listen, my cousin is coming. Girl, he looked like this. He's this. And she described him from head to toe. And she was like, and I'm going to tell you everything so he can marry you. And now you can be in the village with us, and you're going to be at the highest level because he has more money than the current husbands in the village. Oh my goodness. And of course, he wasn't attracted to her. So, you know how that went. But just that part where she answered her, she's like, you're my best friend and you're looking out for me. She was like, we about to be cousins for real. And did the whole hug thing. And I was just like, oh my God.
You know what? And that's a click piece too. What had happened was I didn't have that sister, or I didn't have that big brother. And you brought me and made me feel a part. And here we go. Click.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, you kind of realize that that clique that you was in was not based off of reality. It was based off of a fixture.
Mm-hmm.
And once the fixture was over, the reality no longer existed, and that clique broke. So look, y'all, when y'all break out of these cliques, that's because it was a fixture.
No, it was a clique.
It was a click.
Yeah, it was a fixture. It wasn't a secure fit. It was a fixture.
Well, cliques are never secure fixed or never fit secured. Cliques are there to lean on each other to accomplish one goal, and that's to show that we are better than the rest.
And once that goal
is accomplished, they dismantle, and then they start to hate each other. But they build cliques other places. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. So if you ever see something that breaks up or something that was together that appeared to be so tightly, and then all of a sudden it broke up, it was together for all of the wrong reasons.
Yep.
Don't that remind you of relationships? You get involved in a relationship based off of a void. That's why they say be careful when you get in a relationship because of something that's missing, and you get with them because of that missing void.
Yeah, they
Because
say
once that
first, you have to love yourself first. If
you have to,
you don't love yourself first and you jump into a relationship, you're going to always be empty.
yeah,
Right.
because if you don't fix that problem going to be like cancer and roll over into the next situation.
Yeah.
And you'll never get over what it is that you can't get through and why it's not working.
That's why mama's single. I'm a mess. I'm a runner.
You
I'm
know
a
what?
dinosaur.
If she is not a runner, ladies and gentlemen. She's an ex-runner. We didn't fix that thing. We didn't took away her sneakers.
Mama,
we didn't tie her shoestrings to ours. You see, we put her in the middle of us.
He said, eyes out of here.
mama be like, this is okay.
She said, eyes out of here.
But you know, everything and in everything, it takes work. You don't have to,
Well, I'm learning that. I'm learning that now. You know.
And you don't have, and the good part, here come church. You don't have to stay as you are. That's what my pastor would say. Y'all know who my pastor is, right? James Moore Senior. One of these days, somebody gonna type it the same time I say it. My pastor, James Moore Senior, Second Mount Zion Baptist Church. Oh, her pastor too, but my pastor first. But no, yeah.
Her pastor too. What? Like what?
Our pastor.
What in the whole?
You lucky.
Look, it's personal. My pastor already knows. I personalize him. He like, hey, look, my pastor. How many people in our church? How many people in our church? And I say, he's mine.
He was only hers first because she joined the church first.
No, look, he's mine, period. Just like it was my grandfather.
Never the
Possessions.
grandfather. Never the
Possessions.
grandfather.
Possessions.
That was
My,
my whole.
oh my,
That was
my.
that
I
was
was
my
like,
whole address for 12 weeks. That never the grandfather. That was my whole address for 12 weeks straight. There wasn't no break in between. So no.
whatever.
Go to your next
12
thought.
weeks, so 12 weeks is the summertime. Okay.
Into weeks.
This is
Anyway, I was there with you for them 12 weeks.
Not
summertime.
no you weren't.
Yes,
No
I
you weren't.
was.
Not
Yes, I
until you
was.
not until you fell in love. Then you just went with your clique.
Here we go.
And
Listen, she said what she said.
said what I said.
And there goes the commercial break. We be right back, y'all, because we going places that we ought not be. We be right back, okay, y'all? We be right back. It's time for a commercial break, and Violet saved me. Watch what happens tomorrow when she gonna have her wife situation. I'm gonna say you didn't call a commercial break when she was doing what she was doing.
But
So
I don't know what's wrong with you. So you gonna be on my hip. We gonna be like right on rights because I can't take
we
it.
shall see. I think I'm gonna bring my recorder just so we can have the why moments. I can take the picture and show y'all. Now see, that's what you call me being miserable. I'll be right back, y'all. We
And
back.
we are back. And we are back. We are back. We want to thank you guys so much for coming in. We want to thank you guys for being here with us. We hope that you're having such a great time. Please remember that we are streaming live on all of our YouTube channels. No matter which one you are watching us, we are there. If you are on Facebook, hey. If you are watching on the No BS Dual Show, hello. If you are following our sister chat, please give StreamYard the option to put your name out there. We don't want to call you the Facebook user. Also, know that we're on our .com, tkbsdsproductions.com, tkbsdsproductions with an S.com. We are streaming live there as well. Oh, and don't forget to also place us in your ear each and every day. We have some amazing experiences here that we know you guys will enjoy. So we thank you so much for coming. So yeah. What's going on? What we going tomorrow will be AC. The TKBSDS Productions under the No BS Dual Show, we are going to AC tomorrow, and I got my squad. Ain't nobody messing with my clique. Y'all are crazy. That's going to be protecting me.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit because the whole TKBSDS production gang is gonna be there. Our back float gonna be there. We're gonna support our sister Starlene from the Sister Chat, and she gonna be there with her band. And then Lissa's gonna be here, and the V Spot gonna be in the house. Look, we just gonna be in the house.
I have a question. Did any before I know we're going. I know we have to go, but did you guys check the menu? What are we eating? Can we all
I don't know, but Kelsey's have everything that's
everything.
Kelsey's have everything that's good. That's all I'm gonna say. So we may all want to get different plates
Yes,
and
that's
then
what
put a main plate in the middle and let us all just,
I'm.
yeah.
The one thing I can tell you guys, I don't eat black eyed peas. There's something about the eye. If y'all want another story, we ain't got time for that. Another story time. But if y'all want another story about that, no black eyed peas.
No black eyed peas for me either.
But I don't know what I want to eat, and I know I want something like really, really, really good. So my brother's having a cookout tomorrow, which is why I have invaded his home. So he's having a cookout tomorrow, so I'm so excited for that. But I'm going to try to like.
Nibble on everything.
So then when I go, it's just like, yeah, we can.
Or you could just pack it and put it in the refrigerator and have it when you get home.
You're right. You're
Pack
right.
it to go.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I'm eating everything because I've been trying to get to this place for the longest time.
I
And at
heard
first,
that it's
nobody
really good.
told me that this was the name of the place, and they were just going to take me to the place. And then they never took me to the place. And then the next time I was going to go, the boo wasn't feeling like a boo, and he was just like, "Why we gotta go there? I don't want to go there." Blah, blah, blah. So now it's just
How
like,
was he?
huh?
What do you say?
I don't want to go there. Why we gotta go there? What we going there for? Why we gotta go there for? Right, wait up. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Why we gotta go there? What we doing there for? Why we gotta go there? Why can't we go somewhere else? Why can't we go somewhere else? So,
I was just
so,
funny because she said, I mimic everybody, so I wanted to hear it in
She
the
does.
voice.
She does.
so he don't do
She
that.
really does.
He don't do that part. He just do the why we gotta do that. Why we gotta do that? Why we gotta do that?
She mimics so well till she get the person she's mimicking in trouble. I'll tell y'all about that story later too.
Yeah.
And she was in the back.
Can't prove it.
And that's what she will always say. And that's what she will always say. I'm like, I'm telling. She's like, can't prove it.
I didn't do it. Nobody seen me do it, so you can't prove nothing.
It wasn't until she got older and it was like, Sarita, I never knew. And I was like, finally.
Again, and that's when the TV turned off. And if my bro was here, he would say that
part.
And then he would say, I ain't laughing at you, boss lady. I ain't laughing at you. But you know, Ree. That's what he would say.
That's exactly what he was saying.
That's exactly what he was saying.
So what we will also say is we have an inspirational moment. We haven't did an inspirational moment in a long time, but we have had inspirational moments. So we're going to do a quick inspirational moment and we be right back because we're going to get up out of here because y'all know what time it is. It's time for us to say goodbye to all our company, but it's just not Mickey Mouse and we're not in Disney World. So
say so long, farewell. It's time to say goodbye.
But not before we do our inspirational moment.
And we'll
be right back, y'all, for our inspirational moment. You're crazy.
So of course I will be first. Of course, why not? Well, let's see. I really don't have an inspirational moment because I feel that you are your inspirational moment. Cliques, some are good, some are bad, but either way, lessons are learned within that clique. And at the end of the clique, the lesson that is learned is that you know that you are by yourself, you are individual, and that your identity is what it is, and can't no one make it or break it. You are the only one that can be your own clique, and it's okay to be your own clique, and it's okay that you feel that you need to be a part of a clique. But once you identify what it is, once you identify who you are and identify your worth, then you can stand up and say, I don't need this clique no more. I'm good. I'm moving on.
Mm, mm, mm.
She said, "I'm moving on." Okay.
I'm moving on.
I don't have one either. But I hope that you guys really enjoy the experience. And I'm just going to say two things really quick. Be sure to join tomorrow for a jazzy afternoon. Make sure you guys check that out. It's going to be amazing. And just know that there is something so good in just being yourself and being you. There is nobody else that is like you. There is nobody else that can act like you. There is no one else that can love the way you do. So remember that you were fearfully and wonderfully made just as you are, good, bad, or indifferent. So take it and kick butt. That is my inspirational moment.
That's right. We moving on and kicking butt.
Did you notice that they all said they hadn't have anything, but they left you with something very
Oh, now,
powerful?
put your
Did you
hand.
notice that?
We
So
said moving
listen,
on and kicking butt.
moving on and kicking butt. And guess what? That's what you do when you do your best you. Besides, you look better on you. You don't have to belong to anything in order to belong because you were created to belong to you and him alone. Yes, I understand. I get it. You want to be with people. You want to be a part of something. But at what cost? Is it really worth it? No, it's not. It's not worth you losing who you are. So in being you, be the best you. Because guess what? When he created you, he broke the mold. And if he knew it was good when it made you, you can best believe it too. That's my inspirational moment for you.
Yay.
That's her inspirational moment, ladies and gentlemen.
She said what she said.
She said what she said. She said, we moving on. We kicking butt.
My beautiful want to come
Is
through.
that beautiful? La, 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 la.
She's doing her hair. Look at this little thing on the top of her head. You do know we still alive, little girl.
And look, and then she slides back out.
And that is the joy of being virtual.
It's beautiful.
Yes. I just
And
want you to know you're our favorite girl.
yes, definitely my favorite girl. Okay. Well, I love you guys so much. So tomorrow we will be together.
We
Yes.
shall be together and not in boxes. We will be together. We will be together.
Blah, 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 boom.
Together.
Well,
So
I
listen.
do the whole
So
thing.
tomorrow, trust, best believe you me, we will be together. I think I'm gonna have to find my feet to the sand and stand in some water. I need to have a water moment.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I need to have a water moment. I find peace in the water and God speaks to me there. Maybe he'll tell me something new. Talk about telling something new. Jazzy afternoon. We'll be into the house tomorrow. Don't know exactly what time. She may be at 1 because remember, we're on a road trip. So we may be in early or we may be on time, but we'll be doing the part 2 for It's the Covers for me. So make sure y'all stay tuned because last week covers was so hot. Whoo, I didn't want to stop. So make sure you tune in. It will be only not as long as before because we only have a few more covers left, but it'll be part 2 of the It's the Covers for me. And in order for you to understand what the covers are, you got to come in and see. And stay tuned because for the month of July and August, TKBSDS production has gone from 9 shows to 13 shows. Stay tuned to figure out what's the other 3. Well, you know, the 1-4 is just an offshore. But again, stay tuned because TKBS Productions, we just getting started. Just because the world opened, don't mean we closed. It just means that we went outside with them. So watch out for us, y'all. Stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming.
Yeah.
We going outside, y'all.
Okay.
And we not playing alone. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. And you know what? We might even do a special tomorrow. I'm going to have to talk to the executive board and see what they say. Since we're going on a road trip, we might just show you just a little peep of a stream of what it looks like to be with us up close and personal. What you think, ladies?
Well, yeah, we'll definitely say we will talk about that tomorrow, guys. Be sure to go to Kinsley's. Is it Kenzie or Kinsley?
Kelsey's.
Lord, sweet baby Jesus. I said Kelsey's in the beginning, then go to Kinsley. Listen, go to Kelsey's, look at their menu, shoot us some things that you think that we should try, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. So good night, everybody.
Night, night,
Good night,
y'all.
guys. I love y'all. Bye.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart.